Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aaron Fessler. I'm the CEO of TripWorks, and I'm thrilled to be hosting this webinar today alongside Caleb Eisman, our Director of Sales. Before we dive into the details of AxeWorks today, I want to take a moment and introduce myself and share a little bit about my background. So I've spent many years in the software industry working with various companies to develop and implement technology solutions. I too have owned a tourist attraction, so I understand the needs of operators like axe throwers. And in TripWorks, we're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with our platform, and AxeWorks is no exception. So with this new product offering that we're announcing today, we're adding an expansion to our already comprehensive booking platform for the axe throwing industry. And we could be more excited to show you what it can do.
Here's what we'll be covering in today's webinar. First, we'll be discussing the 5 key features that we've already built into the platform for the axe throwing community. This includes auto rebooking, abandoned carts, lane management, point of sale systems, and customer tipping.
And then after that, we're going to open up the floor. We're going to take any questions that you might have. There's a chat window off to the side. This will be your chance to ask us anything you'd like to know about AxeWorks. You can request features to be included as the platform continues to evolve. And we're also going to introduce one of the new features today that we've already completed for AxeWorks, a mobile application for checking in your guests in just seconds. And then finally, we'll wrap up with some great information on what's about to happen next. All right, so what exactly is AxeWorks? Well, it's the latest expansion of our booking platform, TripWorks. And over the last year, we've partnered with dozens of axe throwing business operators, helping them grow and expand to multiple locations and even start franchisees using the platform. So AxeWorks is an all-in-one booking platform designed specifically for axe throwing business owners like you. It offers a range of capabilities that are tailored to the unique needs of axe throwing operators, and it's the only booking platform that you'll need for your axe throwing operation. We're confident you're going to love it. All right, so first up is lane management. So with lane management, you can begin to manage your throwing lanes and other resources at your venue far more efficiently than ever before, far easier than you could do with pen and paper. You'll be able to see at a glance which lanes are available and when. You'll be able to make changes to your schedule on the fly. It's really great to make sure you get maximum utilization out of your limited resources, particularly during busy periods. Let's watch.
I'm an axe throwing owner, and I have a lot going on. I let my customers book a ton of different experiences. Whether it's birthday parties, private events, 1-hour throws, 2-hour throws, they all depend on the same lanes within my axe throwing venue. All of these need to communicate seamlessly in one platform that knows how to do it. Even though our platform is super complex and powerful and allows for lane assignments automatically, it's super easy to, on the fly, go into any reservation or any guest experience and change the lane that they're assigned to, add a product or an add-on, or even add a drink to their tab with their saved card on file. Enterprise features like this have previously only been available to industries like airlines and ticket dealers like Ticketmaster and Expedia, but now they're available to you. Super awesome. Next, let's talk about abandoned carts. The average axe throwing operation gets as much as 70% of their purchases online. That's why having a system as powerful as AxeWorks with powerful e-commerce tools is super important.
And with AxeWorks, when a visitor fails to complete the checkout on your website for any reason at all, we've already captured their information, their name, their email address, their phone number, and we make it available to you in the platform along with their social media accounts and customer location, and these workflows then kick into play. With these workflows, they get beautifully designed emails and texts designed to bring them back to the checkout process with their previously filled out information saved and with the goal of converting them. Let's learn more about abandoned carts now.
Lane management is a pretty neat feature of ours. It saves you time, and it gives you more time to stick to your operations. But you know what's way cooler than that? Abandoned carts. Check it out.
Let's look at some of the abandoned cart capabilities of the AxeWorks platform. Having a really strong e-commerce toolset is critical to your success because many axe operators may have as much as 60 or even 70% of their total sales from bookings that come in through their website. Let's see how that happens now. I'm going to choose the Reserve Now button, and a guest may simply choose to start the checkout process, providing their name, their contact information. But when they get to the final step, maybe they have additional questions that need to be answered, perhaps they're comparison shopping, and they may simply choose to abandon. One of the things that's really great about AxeWorks is we capture all that information in a draft purchase. Additionally, we'll automatically schedule a variety of abandoned cart emails and optionally texts, convincing them that your Axe operation is the best one, loaded with reviews. We may choose over time to grant them promotional codes or offer codes to incent them to come back. And all these are designed to get the shoppers that you brought to your website to finish the checkout process. We also provide you some really great tools to see how well it works. We allow you to see what we would refer to as automated conversion. This is someone who successfully viewed your abandoned cart messages and came back and purchased. And we also show assisted conversions. These are times when you or one of your team members may pick up the phone and call and get the purchase completed. This kind of technique typically will give as much as a 15% lift to your shopping cart e-commerce process. Very powerful. All right, next up, auto rebooking. So with auto rebooking, this allows your customer to easily rebook on their own if their reservation needs to be moved. With just a few clicks, the customer on their mobile device or home can choose a new date and a time for their axe throwing experience that works for them. And of course, all their previous information will be saved automatically. Let's learn more about how that works now.
Your customers can cancel their axe throw for a variety of different reasons. It could be that they're on a farm milking a cow. Could be that they're flying a kite somewhere on a beach, or they could be whale watching. But the reason for their cancellation shouldn't be your problem. That's why we built customer rebooking. Whether it's you as the owner needing to cancel an entire time slot or day worth of guests, or it's your customer themselves needing to cancel for a variety of different reasons, we make it super simple on AxeWorks. In just a few clicks, you can cancel a guest, an entire time slot, or an entire day's worth of reservations, sending personalized emails to everybody on that reservation. This saves a ton of wasted time sitting on the phone all day, calling customers about cancellations, and most importantly, puts more money in your pocket with fewer refunds.
That's terrific. Number 4, we're going to talk about our point of sale system. With point of sale, it allows your Axe venue to sell products like merchandise or food and drinks, and even run a tab on a customer's saved card, all in one place. This lets you deliver a really smooth customer experience with one charge for everything, less training, better reports, better analytics. Let's walk through the built-in point of sale capabilities in the AxeWorks platform. Now, one reason you want to have one platform that has everything is it'll give you a great view into the performance of your business without having to go into different platforms to pull sales numbers. Let's demonstrate how easy it is to sell a bottle of water to a guest who arrives. Now, we can use our built-in support for barcode scanners to scan barcodes, making it very, very simple to rapidly check out hats and shirts and merchandise and things like that. But we can also use the interface built in with some thumbnails of each product. Let's sell shoes and a slice of pizza to a guest. We can choose to charge a card already on file for the guest, but in this particular case, the guest may want to pay by cash, by an additional key card, or by presenting a chip card. Let's do the chip card option here at checkout. We can configure the system to support a solicitation for tips. You can define whatever tip levels you like. We have 10, 20, and 30% shown here. Let's go ahead and choose a 20% tip. Using support for our built-in thermal receipt printers, a receipt will print out available to give to the guest. Additionally, we can indicate that the tip should be allocated toward one or more team members. This makes it really easy for you to solicit tips from your guests at checkout and then make sure that they're given to the right lane coach at the right time. This kind of capability is really important because axe throwing operators sometimes get as much as 25% of their total sales from point of sale capabilities. And again, having a single platform for everything gives you a really unique view into things like what categories of your point of sale products are doing well and which part you perhaps need to train your staff to push more thoroughly.
We also have tipping built right into our platform. This means that your customers will easily be able to tip your staff and show their appreciation.
One of the really powerful features with AxeWorks involves our built-in capabilities to collect waiver signatures at the time of check-in. Let's watch how that works now. On the right-hand side, we have an iPad. You may install one or more iPads in the front of your venue. On the left, we're going to see a manifest of all the guests that are scheduled to come today. In this case, I can see that Sarah Brome has purchased 2 tickets, but neither guest has yet signed the waiver. While we may want to try to prompt these guests by emails and text assignment in advance, these guests have not done so. So on arrival, we'll simply click the button here, and what we can do is we can send the unsigned waiver to the iPad on the right. Let's see how that happens. You'll see now that the waiver process has appeared, and we have Sarah's name and information. She'll be presented the waiver, sign with a finger, and complete the signature. And you noticed on the left-hand side that the reservation has now been updated. This makes it really easy to make sure that each guest who arrives at your venue has completed a waiver without having to learn additional platforms or connect or glue things together. So these are just a few of the key features that we've built into AxeWorks. We're confident they're going to make a big difference in how you run your axe throwing business.
Finally, we want to open up the floor to you for any questions or feature requests that you have for the future of AxeWorks. We've received a couple of questions yesterday that we've chosen to answer now, and we're happy to answer any additional questions that you have in our live chat. So we're going to go through 5 different questions that you guys submitted, and then I'm going to ask the question to Aaron. He's going to give a brief answer to that. The first of which is a question from Oshri at Game of Axes about capacity management, customer journeys on AxeWorks, and dynamic pricing capabilities within the platform.
Yeah, really great question. A lot to unpack there. So the capabilities within AxeWorks to manage the allocation of lanes is really strong and really mature. You may find that you want to have spaces between your lanes so that your guests aren't crowded on top of each other. You may wish to sell corporate events and prioritize which lanes are used first for corporate events based upon the time of day or time of week. So we've given a lot of capabilities to automatically make sure during the checkout process that they get assigned the right lane very, very efficiently. And we've given you some great tools to easily allow you to relocate and reassign people to different lanes. So very, 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 very good, very, very mature.
Awesome.
We've also asked about dynamic pricing. We feel really strongly about dynamic pricing, sometimes called variable pricing, but demand-based pricing is a tool that lets you maximize the revenue you get for your busy times. You may find that some guests, you can now reach them because you can offer a lower price point during periods where you don't have much use, like on a Tuesday. And you can also make sure that you're getting maximum revenue for your lanes during periods such as Saturday nights or Friday nights that are really quite busy. And so there are some powerful rules built in to allow you to charge more for peak periods or holidays or when inventory is low, and perhaps drop your price if they're booking far into the future or different types of guest groups or different days of the week. Very powerful. The lane operators and the Axe operators love that feature.
Awesome. Great response. Wasn't brief, but we'll take it. Second question comes from Shane. He says, I will assume that you have all the features of a great booking system. I'll assume that you have all the features of Fair Harbor and what they offer. Tell us how you are different from Fair Harbor and Peak, and what makes AxeWorks and the underlying platform of TripWorks different from all those.
Great question. We talked through some of the differentiators today, but one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to make sure that the number of pieces that you need to glue together to have a successful business is really reduced to minimize. And so as we saw today, things like waiver capabilities, deeply integrated and native to the platform, are a real time and cost saver for most operators. We discussed tips. Tips are a great way to manage your staff costs, so we've given lots of different steps along the customer journey where you can solicit in an appropriate way tips for your guests. We talked a bit about reports today, but what we didn't talk much about are our franchisee and franchisor capabilities. So if you have multiple locations and you're trying to get a sense of how the locations are performing each other in some pretty detailed ways, the platform is really, really well suited toward that.
Awesome. That gets to my next question. How does AxeWorks handle multiple locations or franchisee locations? Can you go a little bit more in depth on that?
Yeah, that's one of the capabilities that we're particularly proud of. So franchisor will often get pretty excited about AxeWorks because we can configure it so that your royalty payments are charged and assessed and delivered at the time of payment, daily, weekly, or monthly. So rather than relying upon your franchisees to tally up their sales and send a check to you, we can help the franchisor get their receivables down to a really, really short period of time. We also provide reporting dashboards, which allow you to run across all locations or a single location, daily flash reports so you can get your finger on the pulse of each of your operations, a really robust security model to make sure that different people have access to different reports in different locations. There's just a whole set of really mature capabilities for multi-location operators.
Awesome. And then Glenn had a question about waivers, POS system, but mostly wanted to know about the ability to drag and drop time and date changes and lane assignments. Do you have a view on AxeWorks where you can easily modify your schedule or calendar or manifest or lane assignments?
We sure do. Whether you're using a tablet device or whether you're using a computer or desktop device, we've given some great capability to do just exactly that, to drag and drop people from one lane to another to make sure that you're maximizing your revenue. Those capabilities are really mature and pretty exciting. We've also made it really simple to turn off different times and dates if you've got some staffing concerns, open up additional availabilities, relax caps, but there's a lot of capability to make sure, again, that you're getting every possible dollar out of your venue that you can.
Awesome. And then our last question, again from Shane, this was a great question. A lot of axe throwing venues have lanes and stalls. Usually they have 2 lanes per stall. Does our lane assignment capability allow for the second stall to be basically blocked off if the first one gets booked?
It sure does. We have 3 or 4 different what we call resource allocation models that we can apply to your operation, to your site. And these can be configured in a way where if you have a larger group, they're put in adjacent lanes. But if you have multiple groups and enough space, let's space them out so that people aren't piled on top of each other. You can set priorities so that they start at the front of your venue and schedule their way to the back or in any other combination that you like. But there's a lot of thinking that went into making sure that your ability to assign lanes automatically is very, very slick.
Awesome. Great responses. Great questions, guys. If you have any more, just put them in the live chat now for us. But thank you, guys.
Thank you for joining us today to learn more about our AxeWorks expansion, the all-in-one feature list for axe throwing businesses. We hope you found the webinar informative and helpful in understanding the key features and benefits of the platform. We're excited to bring AxeWorks to the axe throwing community and help grow their customer base. We'd also like to remind you to join us for our next webinar on March 15th, where we'll be featuring Nikki Knight, owner of US Axe, very successful business operator. She will share her experience using AxeWorks to elevate her business and scale during unprecedented times in the tour activity space. It's a great opportunity to learn from the best from a successful axe throwing business operator and to see how AxeWorks will benefit your business as well. So thank you for your time and attention today. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Yeah, next up, there's 2 things you can do. One is you can sign up for the platform in the email that we're going to follow up with after this webinar. And 2, join us for that webinar that Aaron mentioned on March 15th with Nikki Knight. You'll receive an invite to that right in your email. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.